Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProSoundProduction.com.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the ProStyle Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. This presentation on the ProStyle Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the year.
How's it going, folks? Welcome to the Planet Pizza pregame show here at the Mesa Arena for our matchup of high school hockey tonight between the Minot High Magi and the Jamestown Jays. Now, these teams have had a history. Last year, Minot took both of those games quite easily, but it's a much different story this season for the Jays. While they've faced a lot of shots there without their premier backstop from last season, and so this year, it could be a different story as we take a look at the last three games that both these teams have played, starting with the Magi. Odin Nelson has had a really, really rough 2 games in that 3-game stretch with 4-goal losses to both Bismarck Century and Bismarck High. Century was a 5-0 shutout of the Magi. They turned around and had a 3-1 victory with Trey Sortland in goal. Only faced 21 shots in that game. But so far this season, Sortland is 2-0, while Nelson is 0-3. It'll be an interesting decision who we see between the pipes tonight. For Jamestown, their last 3 games are winless. all three with Riley Gerhard in the net, but last game against Bismarck Century, he came in after Brody Hillstrom started the game. So the first of their last 3 games was a loss to Bismarck High, 3-8. Then they tied Williston at Williston, so that was a big win for Jamestown, who really has had some difficulties getting into the win column. And a 10-0 loss to Bismarck Century last night. I'm sure they're hoping for some different type of offense tonight. But in Minot High's last matchup, there's going to be an interesting storyline here as the players are getting set to come out onto the ice. Some physicality in between the two rivals broke out in that game, and it could have resulted in some suspension. So we'll be on the lookout to see if Hunter Cope and Riley Operud are going to be in this game. As I mentioned before, these teams played each other last season, both of those games going to Minot High. They won in Jamestown 7-2 with Odin Nelson in between the pipes, 26 shots on him. And then back here at the Mesa Arena, it was a 5-1 victory against the Jays. Jays have had a tough stretch so far this year. It's 1-5-1, the record for them. Minot High 2-3. So both teams looking to get some more digits there in the win column. Stay tuned with us here on the Planet Pizza pregame show. We'll be right back.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at the
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back to the Mesa Arena, folks. Jamestown Blue Jays just got announced onto the ice to the blue line, and we'll familiarize you with the starters for tonight's game. In between the pipes is Riley Gerhard, and he's been playing most of the matchups here for the Blue Jays. His counterpart for Minot High is going to be Trey Sortland, who's had 2 good starts. In his last 2 starts, Odin Nelson has had some trouble against those Bismarck teams, so it's an interesting move. John Grubb and Jason Bennett looking to switch it up in goal once again, and neither of those goalies for Minot High have actually started 2 games in a row yet this season. So still trying to figure out who is the Magi that they want in the blue paint. And tonight it's going to be Trey Sortland. Defensive pairing for the Blue Jays are junior and senior number 7 Sam Halco and Connor Rene. And the 3 in the forwards, Jace Thompson, Corey Nelson, and Tommy Falk. And those are the 3 top scorers for the Blue Jays as well. But this has been a team that has had a lot of difficulty getting plays in on offense, and especially on the defensive end. They've made it very difficult for their goaltender, Riley Gerhard, to really put together a great game. He's faced a ton of shots this season. Just to give you the stats in those last few games of how many shots he's seen, at Bismarck Century, he came in as backup and faced 38 shots. The 2 games before that, 47 shots at Williston and 45 at Bismarck High. We'll be right back, folks, with Face-Off from the Mesa Arena.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in pack and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway.
Welcome back to the Mesa Arena, folks. This is Jack Springate filling in for Nick Holberg as we're about to face off here in the Pepsi rink between the Jamestown Blue Jays and the Minot High Magi. Players are getting ready to face off here, and starting off there in the center dot, Kyler Stenberg going to take the draw against Falk for the Blue Jays. And the Magi are going to take over first. The puck is dumped into their offensive zone and picked up quickly by Deal. He gets a shot on, and it's quickly tossed to the side and broken back out into center ice. Picked up by the Magi. A quick pass sent over to Mason Deal. He'll drop it through for Kyler Stenberg, who's going to break it on net. The wraparound chance, and it's saved by Riley Gerhard. And that's a goalie who's used to taking a lot of shots. As we said in the Planet Pizza pregame show, in the last 3 games, he's faced over 35 shots. All of those winless games. And so it'll be a test for this Blue Jays defense, who's given up a lot. That one's dumped in behind the net and picked up by the Magi. A shot on goal quickly, and it's knifed aside by Gerhardt. That was Peyton Fillion on the shot. Another one directed towards the net and directed off the back of the cage. Now back to the defense. It's pushed back through to Morelli. And a one-timer chance fanned by Casey Feld. And it's cleared out to center ice. bumped into the corner. Thong Fitz after it, and it's going to be pushed up to Casey Feld. And now dumped into the zone. Feld is going after it. The play by Braxton Jorison to swing it around as the Blue Jays break it out into center ice. And once again, another center ice turnover picked up by the Magi, being brought in. And that one is sent back into the corner. Jack Plemmel now with it in the slot, and that one is almost tipped on in by Derwin Hauser. Plemmel. And now back to the defense. Jamestown trying to clear it out. And another offensive zone turnover, and this is just not good for the defense. You got tired legs out there, but that one luckily tipped up into the netting, and play will stop. And some fresh legs here for both sides. Now, we talked about the amount of shots that Jamestown gives up, but for the Magi, it's turning those shots into opportunities. Face-off won by the Magi, and it's just blockered wide there by Gerhard. Pushed back up to the blue line, and now it's somewhat in the slot, being redirected, ping-ponging down into the corner, and cycled through again, still in the offensive zone for the Magi. Looking around for the puck are both sides, and just circling around that left circle. The puck still in the offensive end for the Magi. A shot on. It's deflected away into the corner again. And a great stop by Tatum Hertz to keep it in, but that time it's finally cleared out. Now, Hertz got it in the center, passing it into the Blue Jays zone, but the Blue Jays will hold on to it now. That one is dumped back to Hertz, keeping it in the offensive zone for the Magi, and it's just been utter time dominance here in their offensive zone. Now Nick Murphy on the puck, and your forwards for the Magi on the ice. Bone break now having it, coming in from his defensive spot, and in a line change, it looks like the Blue Jays have an opportunity to bring it up. Shot goes on net, and a easy save by Sortland. He sticks that one away. A fight for the puck in the corner. Blue Jays got in the slot, and that one just misses the net. A wide open opportunity right at the doorstep, and couldn't get put away. Magi and Mason Deal on the rush the other way back into the Magi offensive zone. Nick Murphy is going to pin it along the boards in the corner, and it's going to be a fight there for the Magi. Murphy and Deal on it. And that shot scores! Nick Murphy goes top shelf and tucks that puck in right over the left shoulder of Riley Gerhard to put the Magicians up by one. That goal, just a little bit more than 6 minutes to play, or have gone by here in the first period. And it's 1-0 Magicians. Face-off coming back out to center ice. Peyton Fillion is going to take it with Braden Gaynor. And a great job there by Nick Murphy to find himself some space. And he just went straight upstairs with it. So now Blue Jays trying to generate some offense, but the puck sputters around here in between the blue lines. And eventually the Magi have it on defense, trying to create some room. Now Tatum Hertz will dump it into the offensive end for the Magi, and it's picked up by Aiden Morelli. Physical play there on the side boards, and it's dumped up forward for the Blue Jays' Michael Mahoney, and easily played off by Tatum Hertz. And now coming through the neutral zone into the Magi offensive zone. Another shot on goal, and that one is steered wide. Peyton Fillion just missing Gerhardt's pads on that one. Once again in the neutral zone, and then dumped into the Magi offensive zone. Dump and chase is working. Ashton Hillman goes after it, but it's picked up by the Blue Jays and put back into the neutral zone. Once again dumped into the offensive zone, but a quick play by Blue Jays Sam Halko puts it back into the Blue Jays offensive end as they try to break it out now with Jack Plemmel. Plemmel is going to find Hillman streaking towards the net. That shot is scooped up by Riley Gerhardt. A good reaction play, but Plemmel had a lot of time and a lot of space as he moved in towards the Blue Jays goal. So already it's 8-1 shot total for the Magicians. And they've spent the majority of their ice time in the Blue Jays defensive zone. That shot with a screen just goes wide to the right from Jack Plemmel. And another shot steered on net, easily scooped up by Gerhardt, and he's going to be very busy tonight. Well, for Nick Murphy, that was his 3rd point of the season and his 2nd goal coming up at a early point in this game. Puck is back in the offensive zone for the Magi. And a shot on net. That one goes high but close. Derwin Hauser, a screamer, and then he tips one right in front of the net, but it goes into the corner. Knocks that one back to Ashton Hillman, and he'll cycle it around. A turnover in the offensive end. Now the Blue Jays pick it up. A good move in by Corey Nelson, but the puck's turned back over. Hauser and Hillman. Hillman a shot and a waffle save. Big stop there from Riley Gerhardt. A point-blank opportunity from Ashton Hillman. And icing is going to bring that puck back here into the Magi offensive zone. And a few more opportunities there from Hillman and Plemmel. That line has been real active tonight. And we're going to see the starters come back onto the ice for both sides. Stenberg is going to get it back to Thongfett. And one-timer thought of for Mason Deal. He gets one on net. Deal is going to cycle around behind the net. And Blue Jays and Magi fighting for it on the sideboards now in the offensive zone. That one just sent deep into the zone. Magi trying to keep this one from causing an offsides, and right in front of the net. Big opportunity there from Kyle Stenberg. Puck just popped out in front of his stick as he was streaking towards the net, and he had a good chance. But Riley Gerhardt closed the pillows, and there was nowhere to go. Big play from the junior. And Gerhardt has had some big shoes to fill since last season. In fact, last year the Blue Jays had the Gatorade Player of the Year, as they call a timeout right now. So stay tuned with us as we're going to go to commercial break. But you're listening to Minot High Magi Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First.
Welcome back to the Mesa Arena. It's 1-0 Magicians as they host the Jamestown Blue Jays. Minot High wins the faceoff in their offensive zone, but the Blue Jays recover it. A physical play there by Casey Fjeld. And that one will be cycled back to the defense and then thrown deep back behind the net. And after that one, for Minot High, it's still a fight in the corner in the offensive zone, but now right in front of the net, and an opportunity for Morelli is squandered. No ice as this one goes into the Minot High defensive end. Fight for it, physical play there along the boards. Alex Stockert holding on to it, trying to get it out in front of the net. Had a stick on it, but it was knifed away. Minot High trying to clear this puck 3 guys on the puck, and now an opportunity for Corey Nelson. Looking to wrap it around. He takes a shot, and that one is gobbled up by Trey Sortland. Only the second shot of the game for the Blue Jays. And you can't really say that the Minot High defense has been the primary factor, but there's been an incredible amount of forechecking here and so many scoring opportunities early in this game. It actually has been a surprise that it's only 1-0, as there have been a lot of quality scoring chances right in front of the net for Minot High. But now, puck in the Blue Jays offensive zone. Their first face-off in the Minot High defensive end. That one tipped in front by Minot High's Jacob Tice. Once again sent in front of the net, but it's picked up easily by Jack Plemmel, who's going down hard. Trying to break it through the captain for the Blue Jays, Connor Rini. And now it's being pushed back up for the Blue Jays. Corey Nelson takes a shot just high of the crossbar and safely moved out of the zone. That one's pushed on up to Hauser. Hauser takes a shot, and it's saved right there on the waffle board for Riley Gerhardt. So 8 minutes rather, and 31 seconds left to play in the first period. Shots, Minot High leads 13-1, and it's starting to look a lot like the series between these two teams last season. In both those games, Minot High vastly outshot the Blue Jays. And now they're trying to break it out of their defensive zone, but smartly kept in. An incredible play there by Mason Deal to hold on to it. It's just been too many turnovers for the Blue Jays. Another one there in their defensive zone. That one poked out in front. Gerhard trying to jump on it. And Kyler Stenberg puts it out in front. A diving pillow save there by Gerhard as Deal tried to shove it in on the ice. Man, it doesn't get much more of a desperation save than that, and now it's pinned behind the goal as Stenberg puts it back to the defense. Hertz will get it on net, and Gerhard, an incredible series of saves, completely spreading the pillows to stop Deal on a point-blank shot. A little bit of elevation, and this could be a 2-0 game, but an incredible effort from Gerhard. He's been busy. He's chatting with the referee right now. That's got a few local names here wearing the zebra jerseys tonight. And a face-off in the Minot High offensive end. It's pushed back deep into the zone, looking for Aiden Morelli. That one's going to be cycled around. And it's going to stay in the Minot High offensive end. Pushed back to the wall for Rene of the Blue Jays, but he turns it over, and Aiden Morelli had that one on his stick right in the slot, but couldn't hold on to it. Now it's in the neutral zone. Blue Jays dump it. No contest here for Minot High as they'll pick it up, send it in the neutral ice. Morelli tries to dish it off to Peyton Fillion. And a big hit over here by the penalty box as that one gets sent back into behind the net of Jamestown. Jamestown turning it over in the neutral zone. Hauser trying to possess it, but a fight there from Halko. And that one, Hauser still fighting for it. Right in the slot. Couldn't connect with it, and it's going to go back to the blue line for Thongfet. Thongfet turns it over, but will get it back in his defensive zone. He's being challenged by the Blue Jays as well. That one shot in on goal, easily sticked away for Sortland. And now a turnover from Plemmel in his offensive end. While the Blue Jays trying to cycle it around. It seems like every single pass they try to attempt as a penalty's coming up, an interference call. Looks like it's going to be coming against the Magi. That's Ben Bonebreak going to be called for interference behind Minot High's net. Face-off going to come in the Minot High defensive zone. So an opportunity when the Blue Jays have really been outmatched offensively so far in this game. It's only 1-0. So an opportunity. And we got a quick stoppage here as someone's mouth guard fell out in the Minot High offensive end. Aiden Morelli skating out there to pick it up. but Tommy Falk and Ashton Hillman on the face-off. That one is cleared out to neutral ice, and Blue Jays have it now. They move it into their offensive zone, swinging it around for Nelson, and now they'll get a clean dump to the other end of the ice. Take a little bit of time off the clock, and a quick stick check from Fillion. Tried to knock that puck away. Fillion doing his best to wreak havoc as the Blue Jays try to move it into the offensive end for the Magi. They dump it deep, and it's being held on. Now a pass to the slot. That shot goes just wide, and trying to jam it in, Tommy Falk had 2 opportunities but couldn't connect for a shot on goal the first time. Now they're cycling it to the defense. A shot tipped off a skate, couldn't make it all the way through. That shot coming from Braxton Jorgensen, and now point blank, and an amazing save off of Tommy Falk. Tommy Falk had all of the meat of that puck and rifled one about 2 feet away from Trey Sortland, and he just stuck the claw out and netted it. It was a very, very difficult save, but he got it done. It could have easily been a 1-1 game now, but now just another face-off in the Minot High defensive end as they try to kill this penalty. 50 seconds left, and the puck comes to Jack Plemmel, who's going to skate it to the other end of the ice. But now stuck in the neutral end by a good stick check from the Blue Jays defense, and now that one cleanly shot into the Blue Jays defensive zone. Now it's being worked up by Halko into the neutral zone, and Ashton Hillman, or Aiden Morelli rather, able to dump it in. And now Jack Plemmel has it. Morelli had it on his stick high in the slot, but easily contested away into the neutral zone. Now it's being worked out. Joe Cummings takes a shot far away, following up. Almost made contact with that puck in front of the net, but a good job in the corner from the Magi to work him off the puck, and they'll clear it back down again. That is the end of the power play for the Blue Jays. Both teams at full strength. The Blue Jays now working it up through the neutral zone. Loose puck picked up by the Magi, and they're trying to work it out, but a turnover. A shot on goal just goes a little bit high by Michael Mahoney. That one back out in the slot, taken by Minot High. They'll work it in the neutral zone, trying to move it into the offensive zone. That dish forward couldn't be connected between Hillman and Hauser, and there's a fight in the corner of the Minot High offensive zone. That one knocked back to Hertz. He'll send one in from the slot, and it will be stopped by Gerhard. So just a 1-0 game with 3 minutes and roughly 30 seconds left to go here in the first period. A lot of offensive chances for the Magi, but they just stopped a huge offensive opportunity by the Blue Jays in their own defensive end on the power play. Puck goes behind the net, and Kyler Stenberg after it. Now played in by Deal. That one's turned over and picked up by the Blue Jays' Tommy Falk. And there's a turnover from Jace Thompson, and it's back in the Blue Jays' defensive zone. Deal trying to work it into the slot to Murphy, but it was intercepted. That puck is dumped into the Minot High defensive zone. Corey Nelson trying to get it to the slot there. And a shot on by Tommy Falk. Falk's had a lot of opportunities that just haven't meant it there. That's another one off the glass, bounces right back into the slot. You don't see that every day, but Tommy Falk had his shot robbed as this puck is brought back into the offensive zone by Stenberg and easily worked back out. Here's Corey Nelson for the Blue Jays trying to work it in. That shot goes wide left of Sortland. So some tire legs as Kyler Stenberg brings it back into the offensive zone. Minot High is going to get a line change. Nick Murphy gets to the bench, and Aiden Morelli is going to get on the ice. The defense is exchanging it, and then it's sent back up to Stenberg, but he's going to head to the bench. Blue Jays take over in their defensive end. Morelli able to knock the puck away and take advantage of it, He's got it in the corner in the Magi offensive zone. That one cycled around to Peyton Fillion. Back to the defense. That one tipped on goal, but easily knocked away by Gerhardt. Now back to Thongfet, who puts it deep in the zone for Fillion. Fillion's going to try to hold on to it, but he's in a fight there with Connerini. Back in the offensive zone for the Magi. That shot goes wide, way wide. But now an opportunity. Going low with the shot was Morelli. But another big pad save from Gerhardt. He's gotten a lot of action today, and he's come up big. Only one goal allowed so far on 20 shots. For a lot of goalies, that would be a good stat line for your game, but we're only in the first period. Derwin Hauser taking the face-off for the Magi. And there's a fight for it in the corner, but the Magi's got it. They'll swing it around, but that one is picked off and cycled around for the Blue Jays as they try to break it out of their own defensive zone. Magi retain it, and now it's picked up with 1 minute left to go by the Blue Jays. They'll send it into the neutral zone, just trying to get it out of harm's way. And back to go get that is Jacob Tice. He's going to cycle it around to Tatum Hertz. Hertz pass deflected, and it's going to come back out into the neutral zone. Braxton Jorgensen is able to cycle it over, but a turnover now in the Blue Jays offensive zone. Tell me if you heard that before in this game. A lot of turnovers and offsides as Minot High holds it in the neutral zone, but they're going to dump it off onsides. But Blue Jays recover it. That one going down in Minot High zone for an icing with 14.7 seconds left on the clock. So an offensive zone face-off here for Minot High. They'll bring that starting line of Nick Murphy, Mason Deal, and Kyler Stenberg. And that's a senior line as well. One of the keys to the game for Minot High is that senior leadership and making the most of their opportunities. So 10 seconds to get a quality chance. Jamestown deflects it, and they bring it back out into the neutral zone. 5 seconds left. And that's going to be it in the first period after 20 shots to 5 in favor of the Magicians, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Magicians. A big hit at the end of that period coming on Corey Nelson, one of the premier players, the second in scoring for the Blue Jays. So a little conversation about that, but didn't seem to amount to anything. So the teams will go back to their locker rooms, and we'll be right back here at the Mesa Arena. You're listening to Minot High Magi Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vivetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
No.
Welcome to the Mesa Arena at the Pepsi Rink. I'm Jack Springate here, calling your game between the Minot High Magi and the Jamestown Blue Jays. A few notes about that first period. It's 1-0 Magicians, but man, it could either be 5-1 or it could be 1-1 because there have been some huge opportunities for the Blue Jays. Tommy Falk was stoned right in front of the net. He had an opportunity on the lone power play of the first period where he was staring down the Minot High goaltender Trey Sortland, and Sortland flashed the leather and made a save that could be on a top 10 highlight reel somewhere tomorrow morning. An incredible save. That was really the only big scoring opportunity, though, for the Blue Jays. Tommy Falk did have another chance that soared high in the net that was pretty close, but only 5 shots on goal total in that first period for the Blue Jays. Quality scoring chances for Minot High. They had 4 of them in that first period, and they were sitting in that Minot High zone, or in their offensive zone, for much of the first period. Nick Murphy was the goal scorer on the goal that came at 6:40 in the first period. And he was assisted by Kyler Stenberg and Mason Deal. So far, Trey Sortland has, well, been as advertised. He had 2 great starts coming into this game. He got the nod tonight, taking over for a struggling Odin Nelson. And he's proved his worth with a big save against Tommy Falk on the power play. We'll be right back. It's the first intermission here at the Mesa Arena for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Buffalo Wild Wings, Libetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for luxury when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an idiot to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back to the Mesa Arena. About 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the first intermission here, but now's a great time to look at some of the last few games from teams playing in the West region of North Dakota high school boys hockey. Bismarck Century and Bismarck High both undefeated in the conference, and overall they take the 1 and 2 spots, followed by Dickinson and Mandan. If you don't remember from last year, Dickinson had a great run there in the playoffs, and they were selected to be third, tied with Minot High in the preseason coaches poll in the West. However, they were actually picked 9th when Minot High was picked 6th in the preseason all-state poll. Interesting tidbit there. But Dickinson in 3rd in the West. Mandan takes the 4th spot. They're 2 and 3 in the conference, 3 and 3 overall. And then it's Jamestown and Minot for that number 5 conference spot. So with Minot High, just one extra conference loss, a win here tonight would make them 2 and 3. And it would make Jamestown 3-1 in conference. And that would push Minot High past them. Then the bottom end of the table, Williston at 7. They're 1-5-1 on the season, followed by Botno Rugby. They're 1-3 on the season. And then Hazen Beulah at 2 and 6 on the season. Some action from earlier this week. Bismarck Century beat Mandan on Tuesday 6-1 for some West Region action. Minot High lost at Bismarck High 1-5. Devils Lake lost 6-0 at West Fargo. And then just last night, as we mentioned earlier, Jamestown lost 10-0 to Bismarck Century, who's been dominant all season. There's a reason that they are number 1 in the West. Williston took an L to Mayville Portland 4-2. Hazen Beulah fell to Botno Rugby 1-9. And Dickinson beat Billings 5-1. Devils Lake also fell to Fargo South Shanley to a score of 2-4. Now coming up next week, we got Bismarck on Tuesday. We got Bismarck High at Williston. Some of their West matchups. Jamestown JVs playing Mayville Portland. Mandan is at Dickinson, and Fargo North will go to Devils Lake. And then 2 days after that, Thursday, December 20th, Minot will be hosted by Bismarck High. So an opportunity to fight back after their 5-1 loss earlier this week. Thanks for joining us here, and we'll be back for the start of the second period. This is Minot High Magi Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
Welcome back to the Mesa Arena for the start of the second period between the Minot High Magi and the Jamestown Blue Jays. Just to catch you up, Minot High is up 1-0 in this game, and they've been dominating the offensive portion of the matchup. But Jamestown Blue Jays win the draw to start the second period, and weaving into the offensive zone. A shot by Falk, tipping just wide, and a defensive recovery. That one is swung around to Deal, and he's in the neutral zone. He'll throw across ice into the Minot High offensive end. That one is slapped around by Murphy. And Thongfet trying to keep it in the zone. Murphy's after it at the side of the net, and Thongfet will have to go back and corral it in the Magi defensive zone. That one is turned over, and a shot just goes over the net. A huge opportunity there for Corey Nelson. Now that one's coughed up into the neutral zone. Minot High pestering, trying to catch that one and get another offensive zone turnover, and an offsides is called on the Blue Jays. So this one will come back outside the zone as players flip over the boards. Second lines come on out. The Magi are without Hunter Cope and Riley Opperud tonight after they were suspended. Well, some might say defending their player against Bismarck High, and others might say fighting. But offensive zone now for Minot High as they're looking to score. They've been sniffing the goal all night, but a pass missed ends up going all the way back into the Magi defensive zone. That one is corralled by Ben Bonebrake, but he's trying to fight some Blue Jays, and it sticks to the side of the cage and is smartly covered up by Trey Sortland. So a defensive zone face-off for Minot High, but they haven't had to worry that much. The only thing there is to worry about is one shot could make this a tied game. It's 1-0 right now, Minot High, with 4 minutes and 30 seconds gone by in the second period, and now it's being brought up, and it's taken in the offensive zone by Hillman. Hillman drops it off to Plemmel, but he turns it over. Jaron Larson is able to get in the neutral zone, but turned over, and now back into the Magi offensive end. That one, Jaron Larson swings it around just to get picked up by Michael Mahoney, and it is still in the corner, but an offsides was called after the Blue Jays tried to clear it. So fresh legs for both sides. Hauser and Falk at the faceoff dot, and it's a line 1 versus line 2 matchup in favor of the Blue Jays. So if they can get an opportunity, this would be the time. Corey Nelson trying to take it, and now Falk up a 2-on-1 and smartly grabbed. No rebound by Trey Sortland as the Blue Jays were gaining some momentum. That one line of Falk, Nelson, and Thompson has been difficult to handle, and surely was for the second line for the Magi, but now it's 1v1. Falk facing off against Stenberg in the Blue Jays offensive end. Hertz trying to get it out. He gets it to the neutral zone, but it's smartly dumped back in. Tice now sending it over to Stenberg. The Blue Jays recover it. Falk to Nelson. Somehow that gets on his stick. That shot was altered on its way and goes into the corner. And now behind the Magi net. Cleared out into the neutral zone by Hertz. No ice called, and now it's in the offensive zone. Nick Murphy sending it down to Stenberg. He pins it in the corner. Tough battle on the boards there with Rennie. Now it's back out into the neutral zone, and Minot High will have to reset. They try to dump it in. Stenberg's on it. Followed up. And it's in the corner. Trying to play it around. Stenberg laying a big hit, causing some havoc, but the Blue Jays are able to get it out of their own zone. Magi will reset again. Hertz has it behind the Magi net. Looking for an outlet pass, but he'll just take it himself. And now he's going to find Deal. Deal sends a shot on. That's going to go wide, but it's going to be picked up by Morelli. But Morelli tries to dump it to the defense. It ends up going in the Minot zone. They have possession. And a long pass sent into Stenberg. Stenberg's going to take a shot, but a save by Gerhard. And now Murphy going to drop it off to Morelli. And Gerhard smartly covering a slow shot and not coughing up an easy opportunity. So once again, the problem for Jamestown with their turnovers in their offensive end hasn't really changed that much. They haven't been able to get a lot of offensive chances going, but they had a 2-on-1 opportunity with Falk and Thompson. Right off the face-off, it goes to Gerhard, and it's covered up. So Peyton Fillion and Alex Stockard on the face-off, and a pass from Thongfit ends up going outside the zone, and so the Magi are going to have to come out and try to establish once again. Off the boards now. That one to Casey Feld, and it's dropped. Morelli getting a skate on it, but eventually it's cleared and back into neutral ice. Shot careening off of the stanchion from Thongfit, and he couldn't get it back into their offensive end, but now it's dumped off and brought in by skate Fillion, trying to turn the edge, but it goes behind the net. Fillion still has the puck, tries to dump it out in front to Morelli, but he just didn't have a stick on the ice for that one. Morelli tries to drop it back to Bonebreak, but he couldn't hold on. Back into neutral ice. Minot High doing well with the possession game. Dump and chase didn't go. And now the Blue Jays all of a sudden have numbers going into their offensive end, but they'll elect to take a line change instead. Easton Hagen out there for the Blue Jays, applying pressure as well. And there's a wide open chance. That puck was stolen right on the right circle by Braden Gaynor, and he had an opportunity to put one in the back of the net, but closing the pillows was Trey Sortland to keep this a 1-0 game. A little bit more life in the offensive end from the Blue Jays, and there's a one-timer that's kicked away. Huge opportunity from Easton Hagen right off the draw, and now it's in the neutral zone. And Minot High shifts to attack, but it was an icing, so it's going to come on back to the Minot High defensive end. A huge opportunity there off the draw. The puck came right to Easton Hagen, who was 2 feet from the hash marks, right in the middle of the slot. But it was kicked away. Huge play there from Sortland. So now the face-off in Magi defensive zone goes to the Magi. A tough puck play. Tice gives up the puck there, but he'll hold on to it behind the net for the Magi, trying to hold on to possession, but there's Hagen for the Blue Jays laying the boom and knocking the puck loose. And now a turnover in the offensive zone for the Blue Jays take over the puck. Minot High fighting for it on the boards. They'll swing it around to Thongfet. Thongfet will move it on up to Jack Plemmel, who's going to try to get it to Hauser. And now Plemmel is going to try to skate it out of his offensive end. It's been stuck in there, and now he gets it out. But the Blue Jays will pick it up back on the defense, trying to shift it up. Hagan pushing it up for Falk, and Falk will get it into the Jays' offensive end. Cycled around, Minot High's Hauser is going to pick it up, but turns it over. Here's Corey Nelson with a move, trying to get it through his own skates. And it doesn't amount to anything. That would have been a nifty move, but couldn't turn it into any more offense. Blue Jays still have it behind the net, cycling it around from right to left, trying to find an open man. And Sam Halko had it for a while, couldn't find anyone. Now there's a penalty coming up. It's a high stick, and it's not going to put anyone in the box. That's just going to come out of the Blue Jays zone. Actually, that's going to bring Sam Halko to the penalty box. It's going to be a Magician's power play. The call is he has stick a little too high. It hit a helmet, and that's going to draw you 2 minutes. So the Magi, with all of the firepower they've been able to show so far tonight, and only 1 goal as we're 10 minutes, about halfway through the entire hockey game, halfway here in the second period. Faceoff's won by the Blue Jays, but Nick Murphy's on it and quickly takes over possession, and Minot High is established. Thongfed to Murphy. Back to Thongfed on the blue line, and he'll cycle it over to Plemmel. He'll put a shot on it. It's tipped and blocked away and brought behind the net. The puck is loose in front. Plemmel will get it back at the blue line. He'll send it back on net, and it is stopped before it can even get there and cleared by Jaron Larson of the Blue Jays. Murphy, between the legs pass nicely to Stenberg. Stenberg is going to turn the corner, try to go behind the net. He's still got possession, and they'll hold on to it in their offensive end. The Magi will. Nick Murphy has it, throwing it in front of the net to Stenberg. Stenberg's tip is tipped in front of the net and goes wide. Now back out into neutral ice. Ben Bonebreak passing it to Jack Plemmel. And now Stenberg will send it in from the neutral zone to their offensive end. Magi on the power play, 53 seconds left. Morelli turns it over, and it is dumped into the Blue Jays offensive zone. Corey Nelson's in there to stop it, burn some more time off the clock, as it's 1 Jay and 3 Magi trying to fight Corey Nelson for that puck. They'll eventually get it and break it back into the neutral zone as they transition back on to offense. Casey Feld now has it in the corner as he tries to bring it to the slot. That shot is tipped off in front, and now it's gathered by Peyton Fillion, who drops it back to Hertz. That shot is altered in front by Morelli, but it is gloved by Gerhardt. Another difficult save. That was going low and then changed direction and went back up towards the top of Gerhardt, and he was able to stop it with the leather. Face off, offensive zone for the Magi, and the Jays win it, and it's going to be sent back down by Joe Cummings. The freshman Thongfed is going to hold off some Blue Jays, keep it in his defensive zone, and now pass to neutral ice for Aiden Morelli. Morelli banks it outside. Back to Thongfed, and it is a full-strength game now. But still 4 men in the defensive zone for the Blue Jays as they try to get a line change quickly. Thongfed sends it on ice, and that one is deflected wide. Follow-up somehow got on goal. That follow-up from Peyton Fillion, but slow shot was able to be corralled by Gerhardt of the Blue Jays. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to play here in the second period. 1-0 Magi. And the Blue Jays were able to thwart a power play opportunity. Magi win it in their offensive zone. Thongfed sends one on ice looking for a redirection. He is not going to get one. The battle for it along the sideboards is going to come back out to the top. That one's picked up by the Magi's left defenseman. Batted in the air by the Blue Jays, and they'll dump it down the ice. And icing will be the call. It's going to come back into the Magi offensive end. So the starters for both squads are coming back out on the ice for the Jamestown Blue Jays. Jace Thompson, Corey Nelson, and Tommy Falk. Defensemen, Sam Halco and Connor Rene. And for the Magi, Nick Murphy, Mason Deal, Kyler Stenberg there on the draw. Lost the draw, and it is pushed up to Corey Nelson. Nelson, the righty, with a shot. It's poked out by Sortland. And Minot High trying to get that puck out of the zone, still in their defensive end, but Stenberg able to push it up to Nick Murphy. Murphy's got Deal with him. Shot is blocked and drops back to Deal. Deal tried to find Murphy deep in the zone. And now Murphy has it. Looking for Stenberg. Stenberg, bad angle shot is blocked back out to the blue line. And a shot coming in is blocked as well. That slap shot tipped up, and it's was on the goal line. And the referee called it frozen. And that puck looked quite loose there right on the goal line. It was tipped in front, somehow got past the glove of Riley Gerhardt, the Blue Jays goaltender. He went limp, lying on the ground, and it was called. Big opportunity missed for the Magi there. That one narrowly stayed in the offensive zone for Minot High, and there's a battle deep for it. Hauser moving it off to Hillman. Hillman fighting along the boards for it, deep in there in the Magi offensive zone. Sent back to the blue line. Hillman still has it, and he'll send it across for bone break. That shot is careened aside, and now Hauser has it behind the net. It's going to come to the sideboards, back to the blue line, and it's going to come out of the zone. Magi have to reset. 6 minutes left here in the second period. 1-0 lead for Minot High as the Blue Jays possess it in center ice, and they'll send it down ice. It's going to be frozen by Trey Sortland to get a face-off in the Blue Jays offensive zone from that neutralized dump. 28-9 on the shot score totals. The Magicians leading that one, and it has been a busy day for Riley Gerhardt and the Blue Jays. Minot High win the faceoff in their defensive zone, and they'll get it deep in now into their offensive end. And down goes Casey Feld. Blue Jays will take back over. Braxton Jorgensen sends one on net, and that's going to be easily saved by Trey Sortland, who will take another face-off in his defensive zone. So the Blue Jays have been applying a little bit more pressure onto the Magi, but not enough to get it past Sortland. Tice for the Magi gets the face-off, but narrowly turns it over, and now the puck is going to be taken by the Blue Jays, dropped off to Falk. Falk has had a few big opportunities, but there was a hit, and right in front of the net, just couldn't hold on to the shot, was Corey Nelson. That could have been much worse than it actually was, and now Casey Feld taking it up the left side of the ice and drops it off in the slot, but no shot to be had by Peyton Fillion. And now Hertz keeping it in the zone for the Magi, but now it's a 2-on-1. Falk and Thompson together. Falk, a shot is easily gloved by Trey Sortland. So a few more shots coming in on Sortland. He's been seeing a little bit more action, but not a lot of quality chances in these recent shot attempts. 5 minutes remaining in this 1-0 game. The draw is going to be in the Magi defensive zone, and that one is quickly picked up by Joe Cummings. Cummings fighting for it along the sideboard, but it's picked up by Stenberg, who will flip it out into neutral ice, and the pressure applied by Deal. Stenberg now has it neutral ice, and he'll send it deep into the Magi offensive zone. Murphy on it, and he'll drop it off to Deal. Murphy's got it on the sideboard. He's trying to find Stenberg. Goes cross ice, no target. Now Deal has it in the corner, looking to cycle it to Murphy, but he'll go back to Thongfed. Thongfed on the ice, and that one is tipped and is sent into the corner off the pad of Gerhardt. Now Murphy fighting for it behind the net. And a big hit coming in on the sideboards on Minot High, but they'll retain possession. And that shot got through Gerhardt, but just narrowly missed the net. Changed direction as it got through to Gerhardt, and another point-blank chance there for Deal that was stopped by Gerhardt. So one shot got through, but the shot was altered somehow, and it didn't stay on course to getting into the net. Big opportunity there for the Magi, missed, and then right in front of the net, but the big body of Gerhardt able to stop another Minot High scoring chance. So it's dropped back to Plemmel. His shot is blocked before it can get through. Hauser back to Plemmel. But the Jays will take over and move it out into center ice before once again turned over to Minot High. But now Minot High doing the turnover as Hagan gets the puck, trying to find another Blue Jay in their offensive zone, but it's picked up by Minot High and flipped back into neutral ice. That one smartly caught in a big hit, yard sale, stick goes flying. Hillman with the contact on Sam Halko. Back into the neutral zone, Hillman now drops it off to Plemmel. And Plemmel doing his best as Hauser's around there too. Puck comes out in front, but it's picked up by the Blue Jays, who will dump it back into the neutral zone. Line change for the Jays with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the period. This one going to Plemmel, who will give Minot High an opportunity for a line change. Minot High now fighting for it in their defensive zone. Falk and Casey Feld, but play is stopped. And we're getting the word. It looks like it was most likely just an offsides from Jamestown. So full strength hockey, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the second period. As Minot High, dump and chase has been working really well for them tonight. Fillion doing what he can, and he tried to feed Morelli, whose shot goes wide. In neutral ice, bringing it back in. Fillion's got it again. That's a quality shot. He scores! Peyton Fillion off the turnover. Doesn't waste any time. His shot, a piece of it was gotten by Gerhardt, but it had enough pace, it had enough juice to cross the plane, and it's 2-0 Magicians with a little over 2 minutes left here in the second period. So a big opportunity there for Minot High to go up by 2 goals, adding a little insurance right before the second intermission. And a lot of it has been turnovers, offensive turnovers. Another one there as Murphy has it in his offensive zone, but 3 Magi deep in the Blue Jays defensive end. And they're fighting for the puck. It's Murphy, Deal, Stenberg. Murphy will now take a shot. That one goes high right over the face mask of the netminder for the Blue Jays. Puck battle on the boards now. That's going to be dumped and an icing, but and it will get called. Blue Jays couldn't beat it out, but a big effort from Cooper Allen to try to get to that puck. But offensive turnovers really have been the bane of this Blue Jays squad tonight. They haven't really been able to get a lot going on offense because they haven't been able to establish much. They haven't had the puck a whole lot. Minot High wins another faceoff, gets it back to Stenberg behind the Blue Jays net. Stenberg now bringing it back out to Hertz. Hertz is going to throw one on net, and that one tough to see for Gerhardt, but he gets a glove on it and will freeze it. 1:15 seconds left in the second period, as both teams will get some fresh legs out on the ice in a mismatch now here for the Blue Jays. They got their first line on with Thompson, Nelson, and Falk against the second line for the Magi. Hauser, Morelli, and Hillman. But Tice will send it back. Casey Nelson for the Blue Jays has it, weaving his way through some nifty moves in the neutral zone. And he'll drop it off to Thompson. That shot is blocked in front of the net before it could reach Sortland. And that one actually went into, that clear went into the Blue Jays bench. So it will be a face-off with 53 seconds left here in the second period. And some fresh legs for the Magi is going to come. The faceoff's going to come out of the offensive end, it looks like for now, but they're starting to move in to the Magi defensive zone. It's going to be in the Magi defensive zone. And Fillion is going to take the faceoff for the Magi. The Blue Jays had a huge opportunity right off the faceoff earlier in this period that was thwarted, which could have kept this game closer. Now it's in the Magi offensive zone. Morelli chasing after it, but Falk has it for the Blue Jays in neutral ice. He's going to get around the edge and has an opportunity. That shot is blocked in front of the net. Big block, but Halko has his shot redirected as he sent one on net. A lot of block shots here from the Magi as well. Only 11 on net. And some nifty moves. Morelli is looking for Feld and couldn't connect the pass when they had daylight. Now Feld, a nifty move on the boards, and he's tiptoeing his way through the offensive zone into the corner. 7 seconds left. They're going to need to get a shot off. That shot is deflected in front but goes wide. The clock will run out on that thong-fed opportunity. It's 2-0 Magi at the end of the second period, dominating on the shot sheet, 34-11. A lot of offensive zone opportunities in that period once again, and a lot of defensive zone turnovers for the Blue Jays. We'll have some more analysis when we're back from this commercial break, but you're listening to Minot High Magi Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanam. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for luxury when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vivetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back to Minot. We're at the Mesa Arena for this high school boys hockey matchup between the Minot Magicians and the Jamestown Blue Jays. After 2 periods, Minot High is up 2-0, and they're up big on the shot board, something that honestly was pretty expected in this matchup. The last 3 games for Jamestown, their starting goaltender, Riley Gerhardt, has seen over 35 shots in every appearance. He actually came in relief in their matchup last night, and he's seeing, well, most likely going to see more than 35 shots tonight, as there's already 34 on the shot board for Minot High. The Magi got a goal late in that period at 14:53. Peyton Fillion, he brought that one in from neutral ice all by himself and ripped a powerful shot that Gerhardt, honestly, he got a piece of it and he was in position for, but it got right underneath his arm and had just enough juice to squeak its way past the goal line to give the Magi some insurance. And that one came from Aiden Morelli and Matt Marcus. Marcus, a new name on this lineup. As we mentioned earlier here in the broadcast, the Magi are missing 2 of their key starters, senior Hunter Cope and Riley Opperud. So that made an extra spot available. So number 20 tonight already has an assist, and that's Matt Marcus. And this is Minot High Magi Hockey. Stay with us.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vivetto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. When supper time's a crunch. crunch you. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an idiot to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back to the Mesa Arena. We're in the second intermission, about 6 minutes and 30 seconds until we get puck drop for the third period. It's 2-0 Magi against the Jamestown Blue Jays, but man, it hasn't felt that way. Minot High has really dominated in the offensive end, and it's been a real tough night for Riley Gerhardt, who's got some big shoes to fill this year. He started every matchup they've had so far except for their game last night, in which he was given a rest, but eventually came in and saw the bulk of the shots in that game in a 10-0 loss to Bismarck High. But Riley Gerhardt is coming into a position where he's got to fill for the Gatorade Player of the Year last year, and that's Matthew Schneider, a guy who saw 924 shots on and saved 843 of them for a 91.2 save percentage, and a big part in why that Jamestown team has been more successful than they have been in recent years. Right now, Riley Gerhardt is doing his best Matthew Schneider impression. He's only given up 2 on 34 shots, so he's been a solid wall. We'll see what the Minot High offense has to offer coming up here in the third period. Once again, a reminder on those goals. In the first period at 3:40, Nick Murphy scored from Kyler Stenberg and Mason Deal. And at 14:53, late in this second period, Peyton Fillion walked one in from neutral ice. He got it from Morelli and Matt Marcus. Marcus seeing some game action he doesn't always get, and he's making it count with an assist. And Fillion, just a powerful shot, got through the pads of Gerhardt and gave the Magicians a 2-0 lead. We'll be back for the start of the third period. It's 2-0 Magicians. You're listening to Minot High Hockey.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch you. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an idiot to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza. Space for Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back, folks, who are listening to tonight's game between the Minot High Magi and the Jamestown Blue Jays. It's 2-0 as we're getting ready to start the final frame here at the Pepsi rink. Just a few more minutes left to go here in the intermission. Well, I just wanted to give you a quick update on some of the point totals here for the Magicians. The top point scorer right now is Peyton Fillion, and he has 4 points. He added on to that with a goal late in the second period. Aiden Morelli second in points with 3, moves up to 4 after he got an assist on that. And the first point of the season for Matt Marcus, who's he's seen a little bit of game action this season, but this is the first time that we are really seeing him all game long. Of course, he's in because Hunter Cope and Riley Opperud are suspended for altercations down in Bismarck during that game where they were ejected. And the Blue Jays now coming back out onto the ice. Riley Gerhardt has put on a show for his squad, making some fantastic saves. Completely had to go spread eagle in the first period, just barely making a kick save. Did the splits, did every desperate move you could to stop the puck, and he's been magical. On the other end of the ice, Trey Sortland coming into the game with 2 quality starts. Didn't face a huge amount of shots, but he does have the 2 victories for the Magi this season on their 2-3 record. Odin Nelson, the senior, is getting the rest tonight. He's had 3 goals against, but that's with 80 shots on. Or he's had 13 goals against with 80 shots on. Trey Sortland, the numbers on him. He's only had 1 goal against him this season, in 5-1 in a 5-0 shutout. But he's also only faced 37 shots in 1 less game. So he's only given up half a goal a game, and right now he's pitching his own shutout. But that is something that we're going to have to see if he can bring that attitude bring that skill when they're playing some of the more difficult opponents. But right now, this game really is to see who's going to take that 5th spot in the West region as players start to move here into center ice. 17 minutes left of hockey. The Magi are up 2-0 as Kyler Stenberg makes his way to the center dot. He'll face off against Tommy Falk. And the 3rd period is underway. Blue Jays get the face off, but quickly turn it over to the Magi. Murphy tries to poke it away, but now it's picked up by Halko, who sends it deep in the zone. Halko after it on his own blue line now as it popped back out, sends it back into his zone. Corey Nelson tries to possess it but turns it over, and it's picked up by the Magi. Turnover in the defensive zone for the Magi. Tommy Falk picking it up. Magi trying to hold on to it. That shot on is saved. Falk has it again right in front of the net, and big reflexes there. Save another slap shot in by Halko, and it is saved by Sortland. So an opportunity with a loose puck in front of the net, but Halko couldn't corral it. He's been very, very active on the offensive end when he's had an opportunity for a defenseman. And the players will get to change lines. The Magi pick it up in their defensive zone, trying to move it up into the neutral zone. And with speed, Fillion has it. Point leader for the Magi. And he'll drop it back to Casey Feld. Feld's pass to the blue line escapes the defender. And Marcus has it. It'll be brought in now by Feld. Feld, a rifling shot from the top of the circles. That one just goes wide, though. But, man, that had some pace on it. Behind the Blue Jays net, Morelli will put it back to the blue line for Bone Break, who can't hold on to it, and it's in neutral ice. Magi will reset. Bone Break looked to dump it, but just made a move, got around the puck, and it stays in the Magi offensive zone. Fillion putting some moves on and some nice loose puck dekes, but he'll end up giving the puck away. That one is staying now still in the Magi offensive end. Fillion just pestering deep in the zone. The Blue Jays can't clear, but that one, after it was tipped by Hertz, goes up into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage of play. So this face-off coming on in the Magi offensive end. Derwin Hauser is going to take the face-off, flanked by Jack Plemmel and Ashton Hillman. Plemmel's shot is blockered away by Gerhardt and goes up into the netting for another face-off. So the Blue Jays are going to need to do something they haven't done all game, score twice in this period, and they've had a really difficult time just establishing themselves in the Magi offensive end. As that face-off is won by the Blue Jays, but they can't retain it. The puck goes in front of the net, but no offense comes of it. Jacob Tice now trying to move the puck up through the neutral zone. Loose puck is picked up again by Hertz, and he almost takes the ref's head off with that one, but it gets into the Magi offensive end. Plemmel now on the sideboards. He'll get it to Tice. Tice will keep it in and send it deep into the corner. Hauser is fighting for it on the boards there. Hagen for the Blue Jays is going to try to bring it out of the zone. And Hauser pestering him, gets him to cough it up and ice the puck. So this one, the third face-off in the row in the Magi offensive zone, and the starters coming back on out. Tommy Falk versus Kyler Stenberg on the face-off. Stenberg has been a key senior for this Magi team. They definitely out-experience the Blue Jays. Have a lot more juniors and seniors on their roster that see a significant amount of playing time, but the Blue Jays working it through the neutral zone, and they'll get it deep into their offensive end. But that's Thongfeld moving up the sideboards, and a huge hit on Deal and it stays in the zone. But that was a massive hit by Braxton Jorison, and he's been all over the ice tonight, making off-ice plays. And another big hit coming from the shoulders of Jamestown, and they'll ice it again. So this one is going to come back into the Magi offensive end. And there was just a walloping check from number 12 of the Blue Jays. And they're getting a little bit more physical here in the third period, trying to change it up. But still 2-0 on the scoreboard with 13 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here in the third period. Blue Jays trying to work it up the sideboards to break it out, and it's a loose puck that's going to be corralled by Marcus, and he's going to send it across. Now Morelli has it, and it's in the Magi offensive zone. Push deep in the forecheck, provided by Feld, rather. The Blue Jays able to send it out of their zone. Not looking for the pass was Cooper Allen, which allows Minot High to take back over. And Feld trying to work it back into his offensive zone. As well as Fillion. Fillion taking it himself, puts it across in front of the net. It is a loose puck in front, no whistle yet. There's one. Another save by Gerhardt to keep this one close. He had to get his entire arm extended on the goal line to make sure that puck didn't get through the net. Eventually got it in his armpit, and ref couldn't see it, blew the whistle. So some lucky bounces here for the Blue Jays, where a lot of shots that have gotten to Gerhardt that might have gotten a little bit too close to the goal. They got a whistle just in time, saved by the bell, and now they'll clear it out to Falk, who's taking it into the Jays offensive end. He's got one from the slot. He scores as he crosses the slot. He rips it upper 90, getting it past Sortland, and all of a sudden it is a 2-1 hockey game. An incredible individual effort by Tommy Falk. Picked that one up, and there was no other question in his mind than coasting across into the slot area and putting it behind Sortland's movement, and then eventually behind him into the net. And that was a rifle of a shot high into the right corner. Not a lot Sortland could do there. Pretty shot. And now it's a one-goal game. But now it's dropped off for the Magi. Deal had an opportunity, same spot as Sortland did, and a follow-up shot by Stenberg is blockered away. Blue Jays can't get it out of their zone. Hertz fighting for it, but it's going to come outside the blue line. And the Magi will reset. Blue Jays have it on their defensive end. And it's going to be another icing by the Blue Jays as they missed a pass. That's going to bring this puck back into their defensive zone. But this game feels much tighter after that Tommy Falk goal. 12 minutes left in this game, or in regulation. And the face-off in the Magi offensive zone. Puck loose in the circle. And Morelli took a hack at it, knocking it loose, but the Blue Jays recover it, get in the neutral zone. And now the Magi take over in their own end. There is a Blue Jay down on the ice. Didn't look good. He jumps over the boards. And that was Easton Hagen. Wonder if he's okay. He jumped over the boards and hasn't gotten back up onto the bench yet. Limping, and he's going to turn the corner and try to walk this one off. Not sure what happened to him, but we saw him go down to the face-off in the Magi offensive zone. They cycle it around. Marcus sending it deep in for Fillion. Fillion to Feld, who takes it up the sideboards, looking for Marcus, trying to keep it in the zone, and it squeaks out. Morelli there to handle it in the neutral zone. Marcus couldn't handle it, and now the Blue Jays are moving into their offensive end, and stick comes free from the hands of one of the Blue Jays players, Joe Cummings, And now all of a sudden Minot High has it in their offensive end. That one trickling through the pads of Gerhardt. Once again, just wasn't on goal. The angle it took just slipped right under him and went outside the pipes. So Minot High has 5 players in their defensive zone as the Blue Jays try to change. They'll get it out of their defensive end. But just like that, the Jays come back in. A shot by Halco goes high. And now Minot High trying to exchange it in their neutral zone, but another turnover. Corey Nelson's shot on Sortland is saved right in the chest pad. But we check back in on Hagan, and he hunched over a little bit, but he's back on the bench with his squad. Looks like he'll make a return. Face-off in the Magi defensive end is picked up by Bonebreak. And he'll send it in the neutral zone. It's picked up by the Blue Jays, who turn it over again in their offensive zone. Completely fanned on a pass, but they get it back and then turn it over again. It's still in the Magi offensive end. They'll get one on goal. Gerhardt's there to kick it away, but it's behind the net. This one is moved on up the ice for the Blue Jays, looking to advance it into their offensive end. Falk hits the ice and coughs it up to the Magi. They're setting something up behind their own net. Tice passes it up to Fillion. Fillion couldn't get a clean handle on the puck, so it's just dumped back in to the Magi offensive zone. They'll get a line change. And Blue Jays player tried to make a move and got hammered as he entered the zone, turns it over. And the Magi are going to hold it in their offensive end in the corner. Stenberg had it, but lost it after a second. And now Deal's going after it. He gets a stick on the puck. Well, the Blue Jays, the best they can do right now, they're not breaking it out very well. They've really just been able to clear it back into the neutral zone. A long shot from Stenberg is kicked wide. And now a fight for it in the corner. Now it comes back out to the blue line. Marcus has it. Got it back down. Puck goes behind the cage. And Nick Murphy, a shot in the slot, and it is saved on a tough opportunity again. It's one shot away from 40 here for the Magicians. It's been a very, very testing game for Riley Gerhardt, but he's been able to stop 37 of his 39 shots faced. And that faceoff makes its way to Gerhardt, and he'll just cover it up. Another faceoff in the Magi defensive end. Fillion there with Alex Stockert. And Fillion kicks it back to Feld, who fights with Cooper Allen. And the Jays get it back. Joe Cummings will dump it into their offensive zone. Magi and Blue Jays fighting for it deep in the Magi's defensive end. Morelli trying to clear it out of the zone, but it's kept in. And now Magi continuing to try to clear it. And each time they try to get it past Sam Halco, keeps it in the zone. They're getting a little taste of their own medicine. But now it looks like Thongfet's going to be able to get it out of the zone, and he'll dump it deep into the Magi offensive end. Fillion will work it in deep, and now it comes out to Hertz, and now out into neutral ice for Bonebreak. The Blue Jays will get an offensive line change, but Bonebreak taking it in himself. Now Halco trying to bring it into his offensive end for the Blue Jays. Will be just dropped off into neutral ice. Jamestown, not a lot of breathing room here in terms of getting it to players, but a turnover and a shot is blocked. That wasn't an easy one for the Magi to make it. Now puck loose out in front. Falk had a chance, but not a lot of room to work with. Bringing back up is Hillman for the Magi, and he'll turn it over to Corey Nelson. Nelson going to drop it off to Jace Thompson. Thompson's shot, easy save for Sortland. But any save at this point is going to be testing when it's only a 1-goal game. 7 minutes left to play here. It's 2-1 Magi in the third period. And it's a 20-shot difference in the amount of shots taken by both teams. So Magi have their one line on, and they'll bust out of the gates in their defensive end. Here comes Deal. It's a 3-on-2. Deal with a shot, and it is blocked right away. Follow-up from Murphy. And now Stenberg is going to look for Thongfet. Thongfet drops it down to Deal. Deal behind the net trying to kick it free, and he has it. Turning the corner for Murphy, and a loose puck in front. Now Stenberg still has it behind the net. Back to the blue line to Thongfet, but Thongfet couldn't handle the pass as it hit the boards right when it got to the blue line, so they'll have to reset. That pass intercepted by Falk, the lone goal scorer for Jamestown right now, and he's trying to score another one. He throws one on net, but it is gobbled up by Sortland straight to the chest. So 6 minutes and 17 seconds left. Tommy Falk is the guy that Minot High has to have their attention on because, man, he's got a wicked shot, and he is one of the few players who's proven that he's been able to make some space for himself without anyone else's help, but he'll head to the bench as both teams change lines. Minot High has it deep in their defensive zone, looking to clear it out. And it's going to be Morelli now into the neutral ice area. He turns the corner on Hagen, but couldn't find anyone in the slot. Fillion knocks it back to Marcus. Marcus, a slapper, is tipped in front of the net, but goes wide. Magi still have it at their blue line. Morelli now working it in a little bit deeper. Dumps it in for Feld, who will go after it. Feld still has it, and he turns it over to Halko. And it looks like a high sticking call was gonna be coming up against Minot High, but it was waved off. Minot High trying to hold it in their own defensive zone, and all of a sudden Hertz has it by himself, trying to make a move as he takes it down the ice. And it's in the offensive zone. Puck sputtering behind the Blue Jays net as Hauser tried to corral it, and now it's back to the wing. That shot from Plemmel just deflected, and puck exchanging possession in the offensive zone in the Minot High offensive zone as the Blue Jays try to clear it. Plemmel again trying to work his way through the defense, and the Blue Jays now able to get into the neutral ice. Magi will reset. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in regulation. And Thongfet working around his own ice will find Plemmel, who's going to find Hillman. Still in the neutral zone, Plemmel trying to break it in, and now Hauser's got it in the offensive end. He'll go behind the net. He's got Plemmel and Hillman on his wings awaiting to pass. Back up to Tice, and Tice will send it back in deep. Chasing after it for the Blue Jays is Braxton Jorison. He'll turn it over to Hillman. And another defensive zone turnover, Jaron Larson. Blue Jays now will be able to get it out of their zone, but that one's turned over in neutral ice. And here comes Stenberg. The starters back on for both clubs. So Corey Nelson has it in neutral ice, and he is hit hard by Nick Murphy. Murphy now has it, trying to protect it in his own defensive zone, sends it on up for Stenberg, who can't handle it. But Murphy will get a loose puck in neutral ice, and the teams exchange turnovers. Now it's to Falk. It's a 2-on-1 for Falk and Thompson. That shot is tipped by the glove and goes wide. Another opportunity that could have been more than what it was. Thompson for the Jays has it behind the net. There's Falk. He shoots. He scores. What a find. Jace Thompson, the pass behind the back to Luke Falk, or to Tommy Falk, has now tied the game at 2, and that is a heads-up play. The entire play was going behind the net from the right side of the offensive end for the Blue Jays to the left side. But instead of continuing with the puck, Jace Thompson passed it behind his back to Tommy Falk, who is waiting on the back end with a wide open net. It is tied 2-2 now with 3 minutes to play. And that shot for the Magi, they were looking to break this game open, and a missed play by Marcus now leaves a loose puck for Fillion to pick up in the neutral zone. So Magi looking if they can score quick, and a tripping call is going to come up against the Blue Jays. They're going to have 2 minutes of a man advantage now with only 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to play. And heading to the box is Michael Mahoney. And so it's 5-on-4 hockey face-off in the Magi offensive end. They're looking to get a go-ahead goal after conceding the equalizer moments ago. So Deal has it at the blue line, and he's going to send it down to Murphy. Murphy's going to rifle a shot. The rebound. What a save by Gerhardt. Flailing in the blue paint. Play still goes on, but man, what an opportunity. 9 out of 10 times, that one's going to go in. Murphy has it behind the Magi net. He'll move it on up to Deal. Back to Murphy on the sideboards. And he'll send it around the back of the cage for Stenberg. Got some tired legs here for the Blue Jays. That one's sent on net and goes behind the net. Murphy corrals it. He's got Stenberg. Stenberg looking for Bone Break. Bone Break back to Stenberg. Stenberg's got room. He shoots. And that one's patted away. Some real exciting stuff as Corey Nelson clears the puck now for the Blue Jays. 1 minute and 46 seconds left in the game. 1 minute left to go in this power play for Minot High. The Magi need to score, and they need to score fast. And a move there for Fillion, and he just couldn't finish it as Plemmel takes it. He'll drop it back to Thongfet. Thongfet sends one on net. No rebound as it's cleared to the side. Morelli back to Thongfet, back to Morelli on the sideboards. Puts it in deep. And it's being worked around now. A shot. Scores! Aiden Morelli, the cross ice pass from Peyton Fillion sets up a wide open net for Aiden Morelli, and they do exactly what they set out to do on that power play. They get the go-ahead goal with just 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in this contest. Incredible. It's now a 3-2 lead for the Magicians deep in the third period after conceding the equalizer. And this faceoff at neutral ice is going to be reset, but the starting lineup, the top lineup is out there for the Blue Jays. Falk has an assist and a goal on the game. And this line's going to have to come up pretty big. And so Murphy is out there trying to play defense. 1 minute left in the period, and both top lines are out there. Stenberg has it, possessing it, trying to waste some time on the clock. Battle for it in the corner. Deal has it. Minot High playing the possession game, trying to hold on to that puck and ice this hockey game. It's 34 seconds left to go in regulation. And Deal is chasing Larson with it. And now Stenberg has an opportunity in front and another opportunity on the follow-up. And the Blue Jays cover it. Now Falk trying to send it up to Thompson. And that's going to be an ice. And that is the last thing that you want if you're Jamestown right now, is an icing with 11.3 seconds left on the clock. And Matt, this one has been exciting here in the later stages. Not like the rest of the game hasn't been riveting as well, but it really is heat up here in the last few minutes of the third period with the Blue Jays tying it. And now 5 seconds left And Thongfet is going to be able to end this game on his stick, but a high hit there at the end from Tommy Falk. But that's going to be it. Minot High are able to steal this one when Jamestown looked like they were going to send it to overtime. It's 3-2 your final. Minot High will have your post-game show right after a quick break, so keep it here. It's Minot High Magi's Hockey. They take this final 3-2, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for luxury when supper time's a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. Don't be an alien to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back to the Pepsi rink, where the Minot High Magi just dispatched the Jamestown Blue Jays in a close West Region matchup with a score of 3-2, but man, they dominated them on the shot totals, as could have been expected. Another 35-plus shot facing night for starting goaltender for the Blue Jays, Riley Gerhardt, and he only gave up 3 goals, and he was in this contest, keeping his team in this contest this entire game. Let's go through the scoring summary for y'all real quick. In the first period, Nick Murphy was able to score, open the scoring with assists from Kyler Stenberg and Mason Deal, and then deep into the second period, Peyton Fillion with a powerful shot just getting past Gerhardt, assisted by Aiden Morelli and Matt Marcus. Now, third period is when things got real interesting. There were 3 goals, and the first 2 were by Jamestown. Tommy Falk shot an absolute rocket upper 90 and basically took it in all by himself to put the pressure on, and then Jace Thompson from Tommy Falk, while Falk was handling it behind his own net, was able to find Thompson streaking in behind him for a open side of the net to tie it up. But then, with less than 2 minutes remaining in the game, a cross-ice pass that came from Jack Plemmel found Aiden Morelli with his wide-open net of his own, and he netted it to give the Magi the go-ahead goal and eventually seal this game 3-2. Stick with us. We'll have your 3 stars coming right up after the break.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Libeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Welcome back to the Pepsi Rink for your Minot's Finest Collision Center. 3 stars of the game at Minot's Finest Collision Center. We ensure the proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle so that the safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. They're more than an auto body repair shop. They're Minot's finest. You can call them at 701-839-0989. And here are your 3 stars. The 3rd star of the game was a Blue Jays player, in fact, and that is Tommy Falk. He had a big 3rd period for him with a goal to put the pressure on the Magi and an assist, which knotted up the game. And then 2nd star of the game is Peyton Fillion. He had the 2nd goal for the Magi and some great offensive contribution. And your number 1 star of the game is Aiden Morelli. He had a goal, an assist, and the game-winning goal. All right, seems like we got head coach with us right now to talk about how this game went. So we'll get you your microphone here real quick. But what were you feeling there at the towards the end of the 3rd period?
You got to give Jamestown a lot of credit. It's a team that works extremely hard. Their goaltender played, very, very well. 46 shots on net, only gave up 3. But you got to like the battle of our team there. Worked extremely hard, drew a penalty. Peyton walks out of the corner, finds Aiden hanging out back door, and Aiden buries it. It's a big win for our team, and we'll take it.
Yeah, you were down some players, too, in this game. But you had number 20, Marcus, coming in. He got an assist on the night. What was that like?
Yeah, Matt Marcus is, he worked his way up. He's played extremely well for us. Been very proud of him. He came in, did a great job for us. But it's all down the list. A Gabriel Thongfet playing tons of minutes. Hertzy playing tons of minutes back there. The forwards are starting to figure it out. And 46 shots on net as a coach, you'd like to probably have a little bit more than 3. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. And if there's 46 shots, you're doing something right.
Yeah, well, there were a lot more opportunities than it seemed that there could have been goals. Sortland had to come up big tonight. He's had a pretty great season, but what did you think about tonight's performance from him?
Yeah, I mean, Trey didn't have a ton of work. The saves that he needed to make, he made, and they happened to score a couple goals, and that's how hockey goes. Every now and then there's breakdowns, but I think both of our goalies on the back end, him and Odin, have done a very good job this season. With we got a young D core, and we're learning things. It's a process, and like I said, extremely happy for the kids tonight.
Well, your final score here from Mesa Arena, 3-2 Magi. And thank you for listening to Minot High Magi Hockey.